So a lot of you may or may not know, but I do live in southern New Mexico in a small town called Alamogordo, and my girlfriend and I are very new to the overlanding scene, and we're doing little overnight trips the last 2 weekends to kind of really pinpoint what we like, what we don't like about my current setup in terms of camping gear, etc., and as well as me understanding the limitations of my rig, my Forerunner, because I don't have a ton of experience off-roading either. So we did go to a place which is labeled as Mill Road here as a trail on the Onyx Offroad app, which you can also use on your phone. It's really cool because it shows you like trails here around my area in different difficulties depending on what I click on. So you can see here the difficulty is easy. Some people have left like some photos here, which is cool, but we ended up driving all the way to the top of the trail. You do need a little bit of high clearance in certain areas, but for the most part, it was a very mellow trail to drive up. In this video, you're going to see us get to the very top of the actual trail here, and then we ended up picking a really nice semi-flat spot here with a really great overview of all of this land here. So sit back and relax, and let's see how this trip went. We kept it very simple with dinner with some stadium brats, and I've briefly talked about these rigid stackable toolboxes that I bought at Home Depot that I've seen a lot of other people using, and it's going very well for our camping supplies and storage. I have a very basic lifetime cooler. I believe it's a 77 quart, and dinner was very simple. You can't go wrong with some brats, man. It was very simple, quick and easy cleanup as well, because I didn't want to do too much that night. Oh, okay, buddy. Okay. I actually picked up some cheap magnetic lights from Harbor Freight, and to my surprise, I scratched my paint on my Forerunner. So I am big sad right now. We also had some s'mores, because what's a camping trip without some s'mores? And you're probably wondering, where's the campfire? Well, we're not permitted to have any type of campfires in our mountains, our national forest here. So we can only have propane fires and stoves. If I had like a little propane fire pit, that would work. And that was probably the biggest marshmallow I could purchase at the grocery store. But it was a little too much, but it was still pretty damn good. In terms of the sleeping arrangement, I showed you guys this in my previous video. It does come with that light included, but nothing to power it. So I have a little battery pack there. But regardless, around 10 p.m., 10:30, we got some sleep. I know some of you are thinking that I'm pretty crazy to have invested what I have already in terms of my rooftop tent, my awning, my lift kit, my wheels, my tires, all of the camping essentials without me actually camping until right now, which I can completely understand. I've noticed this about myself. I will tend to go overboard in terms of buying gear for a new hobby I think I'm interested in. And then I have had, unfortunately, the event where I buy this gear, I go out a few times and I'm like, yeah, I don't really enjoy this as much as I thought I was. But in terms of like this little entry-level overlanding that I'm starting to do now, I am really enjoying this. By no means do you need to, I guess, splurge as much as I did on gear, on a tent, on an awning, but I'm fortunate enough to take a risk here and there financially with some big ticket items. Like I said, like this tent is more than I paid for my actual Forerunner when I bought my Forerunner. So I'm completely invested, and I'm really glad that I'm enjoying this as much as I hoped I would when I purchased all of these items. Little camping hacks, man, like pre-scrambled eggs already that I prepared before we left, etc. In terms of like washing our dishes, put a little bit of dish soap in a spray bottle with some water, and then once you spray it, it's like a soapy mixture, and that's how we've been cleaning all of our pots and pans. And then we do have a little collapsible sink bucket that does collapse flat, just to kind of rinse off some of the soap. And like camp cleanup is super simple, and we like to keep it simple, honestly. So we packed up and cleaned up our camp, and we left no trace of us being there. We put the rocks back that I used for tire chocks for the fire pit that unfortunately we can't use yet until we do get some rain up in these mountains. But if I can leave you with one thing, guys, it's this. I've had a lot of family and friends work their entire lives to think they're supposed to enjoy their lives later once they retire. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm trying to enjoy my life right now, not later. I don't want to work my entire life to like cross my fingers and hope I'm in good health later once I retire. I'm trying to enjoy life right now. So just get out there and do things. If you want to try something, try it. Life is so damn short. And if you don't try things, you're going to regret it. And then when you're not in good health, you're going to wish you did. So if I can leave you with something, guys, just get out there and do it.